So, here we are. Coerthas region. Yeah. This seemed like an idea, didn't it? This place is very, very different, and honestly, there's a lot of it that I haven't explored. I mean, if you play 2.0, this kind of looks familiar, but you'll notice one big difference. There is no snow. Oh, there's the meteor up there. So, starting a little bit earlier because this place is huge. So, to give an idea of how huge, we're kind of going to be going in this direction. I gotta try and remember how to get to there, but I think I know it, because that area links into this location up here. Then, once done exploring there, we gotta hike back, drop down, go across this bridge, and we get into this location, which, if you used to naturally follow it, would actually end up bringing you to the Black Shroud. And there's a little thing over there. Then we gotta trot all the way back to the central region, and then we can sort of explore here a bit more, and then we can go out in this direction, which again is a bit crazy. It is so much bigger than what it is in 2.0. And then I think we've got to trot back and head in this direction. So that's quite a lot to be doing. So, first things first on our sightseeing tour. Dun 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 dun. Isengard. I think that's the right pronunciation. Also, on a personal note, this is very bittersweet for me, because pretty much this is the location that I chose to log out of, well, where I last had my character in the 1.23b server when it was live. This was my view of the apocalypse. Getting here was actually a nightmare, but I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But as you can see, the gate was there, and when it was coming down, we thought, you know, when 2.0 comes up, to make it interesting for the old players, that they would instantly add Isengard. We was actually caught quite by surprise the fact that when A Realm Reborn re-released, Isengard was still inaccessible. So, yeah, that kind of threw us all. As you can see, there is no snow, which is very strange for this location if you're used to 2.0, but if you're used to 1.0, it's quite normal. As I explained, this area is quite large. There you are, there's the meteor. Okay, so the meteor is going to be south of us. So our first port of call is to the camp over here. I'm curious to if they actually did anything with it. Fast blade, yeah. I wonder. Okay, that's interesting. I might have to remember that. That may be a way to try and get around. And we got some light sources popping in, which my guess, damn it, playing too much Final Fantasy XIV, yep, is indication that we are heading toward the first camp, right next to Isengard. This is going to be so much more difficult for me to talk about, just for the sheer reason that a lot of this zone I actually haven't explored, which reminds me. Yep, there's a Darks and Darkhold, which is an instance dungeon. I don't think this one has anything that you go under, which is refreshing, considering what ended up happening in the last stream. No, it looks good. But yeah, this camp, this is kind of where some of the project, the Meteor coming down started, when it was getting close to the end of the game. Basically in this zone where all the crystals were, you started actually getting level 40 to 55 mobs spawning, and basically people were porting in and instantly getting killed by things that are around it. And then eventually the crystal actually changed from being a crystal. If you ever played Final Fantasy XI and done the expansion where you go into the past, you end up with a Maw here, which basically is a baby version of Amos. You could still teleport, but it just meant that from that point on there was going to be high level monsters really near where you started. Up this way, I do remember that I had to go this way for mission quests. Yeah, there's a sort of building type thing on the map, so let's head roughly in that direction. That was this Coerthas, as it's so large. It was definitely strange going into a realm reborn, whereby the game kind of shrunk it a lot. I mean, I can kind of see why that they'd do it, because at the end of the day it's only going to be a small region in comparison to what was actually going on. Here we are, building. They didn't want players probably trekking over this entire region map, considering, you know, they only got about, how long was you in Coerthas for? 5 levels? Before you moved on to Mordoa? But yeah, you had this here, which was like a fort. Not too badly designed, but again, you got to see Isengard in the distance. Can't remember if this was NPC owned or if it was Beast, but I'm guessing it does have flags and torchlight. So I am wondering. Yeah, could have been. At the gate to Isengard, there was guards. I do remember that much. And if you spoke to them, they basically would turn around and go, "No, you can't. You're not allowed in here yet." It's like, "Aww, but I can see the place." So let's carry on down. Drop here. very twisty-turny. They definitely wanted to go for a more mountainous feel for this region, and I do think that they nailed it. But honestly, I think if they'd followed their other idea, the original idea, I reckon if you'd been able to go into Isengard, they would have put another region on the other side, and there would have been more to do in this location, because you could have Isengard putting you on quests and missions in not only the north area, but also in this area. So I think they designed this with room to spare. Another floaty thing. But we kind of want to be going through this direction. Coming up to one of the Beastman holds. Yeah, there's another example of one of the things that I'm looking at that I saw in the distance. I think it's just like an outpost, so people can they can scan, as to say, and look around. We definitely had to go into this location, which I can't go through right now. And in there, basically, you'd have to... I think for Garuda, you had to get something from a couple of the Beastman holds on this map. I definitely recall one being in that location. Because whereas you had Ifrit in Yadar, and you had Titan in Lenorska, this was actually the map for battling with Garuda. Should be able to get to the location where you kind of started the fight, but we kind of need to go in this direction. I'm hoping that I'm right. And there's a tunnel through here. Otherwise, I'm boned. Okay, that looks kind of promising. Yes, that does. So we go up through here, and this should bring us out into the northern section. Because this is kind of just a ickle little tunnel, there's no undersurface map, because it's one of those areas where it can unload where you just was previously and load up the next region. I feel like I say that way too often. So we're heading up. Has it changed region yet? Coerthas Eastern. So we're making progress on the locations. Yay! I hate OBS right now. It's only connected to one of my chat systems, and my guess is it's not connecting to YouTube chat, because that's kind of the one that it always Restream decides it's going to have problems connecting to, which is a little bit annoying. So if you are on YouTube, I'd recommend finding me on Twitch if you want to chat, otherwise I won't be able to read your comments, which is annoying, but that's what you get for modern technology. So we're heading straight north. Again, on the map there is indication of a structure called Dawn Void, I think. Though I could be completely wrong. That's the wrong way. if we head down here, round, I think this is going to be a long-ass stream to cover this entire region, just because there's so much of it that is unknown. Well, to me. Probably not to other people. Because basically I never got any of my... Well, I got one crafting up to a 43. But my gathering classes were still pretty low, so I wouldn't have been exploring these locations in regards to crafting or gathering. Yet again, same flags outside. I don't think we can use that. Nope. Okay. Again, same sort of structure. Gonna go round the bottom for a change. Ooh. Nope. No underneath. And that's this location. So we kind of come out. We're going to be heading east for a little bit. And then we're going to be heading north again. Because that's a little bit of a dead-end area. But I do want to see what's at the end of it. Because I definitely have this sensation I've never been there. Yeah, that's about right. And we'll be coming across another camp. I might be adventurous and try the teleport system. Be nice if it worked. But I'm also worried about what it'll do to the stream. But the test that we did in the last stream when teleporting around, you're kind of okay if you're using the in-game system. It's just if I try and use the hacked way of teleporting that I run into problems with the stream, which I periodically just glance over and make sure is still working. That is a predominant landmark on this map. Be surprised how many different locations you can use that as a reference point in regards to getting around the place. Let's have a look at this camp over here. Should be just the other side of these trees. Yep. Do like the ambient sounds. Again, you're getting that wolf cry every once in a while. Smaller camp, small standard camp, like the one near Isengard. It had 2 tents. This one only has the one. Is it worth... No, it's not worth chancing. We'll just meander this way. And up. And continue in this direction. Oh no, we want to come down a bit. Yeah, that should be okay. The one problem with this entire map design is it's a bit hickledy-pickledy for navigation, so you kind of have to take it as it comes and hope that, you know, you just didn't go into a mini dead end, because there's plenty of them on here. Let's go this way. See what we have. Yeah, this is all kind of working. We're getting there. Okay, we have got a red dot here. Oh, that was a little bit of rustling as I went through the vegetation. Red dot means point of interest. So what is of interest here? On the map there's kind of no hole I can see. So it's got to be some sort of landmark. I don't see it being something that we can go down into. Ah. I think we found it. Is this gonna be their equivalent of Stonehenge? Ah! I do not know which one of the Zodiac that is, but yes, would have had to have come here to get my ring. Huh. Right, so let's have a look up in that direction. Music for this zone, quite nice. It's chilled. A little bit sad, maybe. It's difficult to be able to judge. But honestly, I do kind of prefer this sort of music to actually listen to over pop music or modern music. Always been a fan of soundtracks. All kind of started with film soundtracks. First it was like the music tracks in films, and then I actually got into musical scores of films, and that's when I started getting into the more smaller ones that you'll be surprised that composers that do a lot of songs for a lot of films. As we can tell, the green is getting lighter, which means we're going up in the world. So we might get a nice little bit of a view or so. Day is breaking, so it should be more in. No, not that way. Not that way. Up around here. So there we are. Going into this funny little location. I don't really see that much of interest being up here, but I definitely kind of know that it's somewhere that I have very, very little memory of, so it'll be just interesting to see what I see, as to say. So we're going north a bit first. That kind of makes sense to me. I don't think we're going to be getting up any higher than what we are. But again, Isengard in the background. And now they taunt us with lights being turned on. Oh no, we may be able to go a little bit more up. Okay, if we stick to this left side, we should be able to follow this little bit up and be able to get up the top. Yeah, this looks like an impassable wall to me. Or is that a cave? That does appear to be a cave. This, at a guess, is going to go nowhere. I reckon it's just going to put me into an invisible wall or a cave for no apparent reason. Oh, we got a cave. Little fishing spot. Huh. I was expecting this to be a unfinished zone, actually. I was expecting to run into an invisible wall. So if we bring this back and through, now we got to kind of do a V shape to get to the eastern side of this. So go through here, yes. It's making sense so far. There you are, Meteor. You're guiding me, aren't you? We should be able to just... Damn it. Wrong way. Let's go around this way then. Yep. After this little bit, we can start heading in that rough direction and get where we are going. Probably bounce on the inside of this apex. Makes sense to me to be able to try and stay high up in the elevation. That way, if there is anything, I might be able to spot it and work out a way down. Does that look like it has a floor? Okay, yeah, that's definitely not something that we could access. Well, saying that, yeah, I could probably access it with my teleport command, but considering how far down it is, my entire guess would be that it is something not really textured that well. It's been designed to be textured at a long distance. This little feature looks a little bit odd. Kind of expected a cave up here, which there is. I'm guessing it's going to be the same sort of cave as what we just saw. But judging by the twist, it might be reversed. Oh no. Yeah, that's what I was expecting in the other one. Invisible wall, so this is not the location you can go. Which makes me think that, again, that when the original plans for Isengard being implemented is that Coerthas would have been 2 regions and this entire map would have been the southern end, And at the top end, my guess is that's where they'd be putting the snow zone. I did not in a million years think that they would actually put the snow zone here in A Realm Reborn. Is that another cave? Let's go this way. It is, by Joe. Let's have a look-see. Just want to get a feel for the different cave variants on this map. I will probably test the waters in just a couple, just to see if they're repeating the same design. Which, yep, this is kind of the same as the first cave. And back out into the daylight. Still find it strange how subdued the colour palette for this game is. Like I say, I'm flipping between the current version of Final Fantasy XIV and this, and it feels like the newer version, it tries assaulting your senses with colour and tone and making things pop. So let's keep going. Yeah, we should be able to cut down through here. Large hole. And we're just hooked down here because I have a sneaking suspicion that there's a cave around here. But I'm wrong. That makes a change. So we can head toward this path over yonder. Cut between these, I believe. Yep. And set our target back for this camp. Now, let's give it a try. Okay. I definitely wish I knew I could do that before. And the stream is still going, so yes, that is the legitimate way of doing it. So now we need to go east, and I'm facing west. Just goes to show that sometimes you just gotta be brave and try something. At least that cut out a lot of running, which is always a plus. We are still in Eastern. Let's cut over this way. Again, I'm going to try and keep a higher elevation. Just because it's easier to see things from looking down rather than looking up. It's too easy to miss things. Oh no, there may be a way through. Yep, that is fantastic. So, nothing really standing out. So let's head over here. Yep, the stream is still working. Let's head up here. Nope. That is not the one you are looking for. This is the one you are looking for. So head round this way. And we go going to Maiden Glen, I believe. Where there is a giant lake. So coming up here would have been where the ethereal gate would have been. Should start showing up on the mini-map any moment. So in amongst these trees, well, probably between the two lots of trees, at a guess. Yeah, there it is. I wonder if that's activated because I used the teleport. Does make me wonder. So we're coming into a nice open area where there's going to be a lake. I'm curious to know if we are going to be on the surface of the lake or if it's going to be a cliff face going down. Because quite rightly I can't remember. That's quite nice. Don't think we can go in. Nope. But yeah, all in all, quite a pleasant little place. I think that's going to be pretty much it for up here. We can have a little look-see in this little corner, but at the moment I'm not seeing anything in the geography that's screaming to me tunnel or cave. Obviously I've got a lot of things in between me and those items. Ah, there's cave. Roughly where I thought it would be. But actually I thought it was going to be up there a little bit. But I'm guessing you're going to be the standard cave structure that we've been coming across. Unless you want to surprise me. In we go. There it is. Jagged rock, pool of water. Good to know. Probably, considering our location, it's going to be easier to just do a quick up and round. Up and round, sorry, I mean across, down, down. East, and then But like I say, these parts for YouTube are going to be considerably longer than what I've put on before, just because of the scale of this song. Definitely something they want to do something with. I do have the weather command at my beck and call, so I might look into showing some of the different weather types. Almost missed you and thought I was going to have to backtrack quite a bit. We've got to aim for around here somewhere. Start heading south when we can. Mob-wise, as I recall, in this map, it was rams, lambs, claptraps, birds, colibri, if I remember right. Those types of mobs generally. Obviously, you did have beastmen scattered a lot among them. If you kind of see a campfire out on its own, that's kind of where they would have been. Okay. You're not going to help me, but we are getting to something I can't read at this distance. Let's keep going. So we've got the Atholite here. See, the thing that makes me curious is that gets quite dark down the bottom, which kind of means that it's going to get much darker. Which means it's going down underground. Which should be an interesting thing. Because it might indicate that they had in plans of actually expanding out in another direction, which would have been above up the North Shroud. If it was going to be east of this location. That is quite ominous. Oh, that's a long way down. Guessing same at the other side. Oh yeah, that's a long way down. Kind of gives you some idea how far up in the level we are if the ground is all the way down there. My teleport coordinates into this zone. Normally I have my height adjusted to about 25 to get me on the 0 plane. On this map I had to set it at about 400 because every time I was teleporting in at a number below that, I was in geometry, which doesn't really show anyone anything other than the not weld. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen soon. Shrubbery. No, that's not a cave. Ooh. So is this dead end? Yeah, I can't really see any way out of here. Bizarre. So let's head on back out. Now I know it works. There. And then teleport to Ethereal Gates. Is it one glen? Foul. There you are. Oh yeah, I can get into that. That's gonna make this so much easier. So this is where it gets complicated. Because I'm suspecting that there's a cave around there that goes to that other Aetheryte gate. But I could be wrong. One of the things that I have noticed, I've been watching a stream of Final Fantasy XIV done with Colonel RPG, Keith Ballard, and Sad Games. And the gentleman on Sad Games, he spends a lot of time in the Golden Saucer. Like, if people are doing quests and he's got time to spare, you generally go in there and have a little bit of a play. And there's a machine that you punt. It's like looks like one of those fairground punch machines. And you have this 45-degree angle, and I think you got to try and guess the right point to hit it at. That came very familiar to me because that was the game mechanic that was actually used in regards to harvesting for the botanist. Like, you'd go to a tree and it would come up with that mini game. So you'd have on the circumference of the 90-degree wedge a point going up and down that if you interact with it with the button, it would stop, and it would kind of be a miss, at which point you know that you haven't got it, or it'll be like good or excellent. And that's how you would harvest. You'd have to try and locate the spot on the tree to harvest from and hope that you got enough chances afterward to be able to get the harvesting going. Ooh, I just saw a big dip in frames there. Went down to 44 frames per second. So we are here. No, we just continue in this rough direction. Still very paranoid about the stream suddenly stopping. I definitely know it's to do with what I'm trying to do in regards to the amount of crap that I have running at the same time to be able to do this. Jesus, this is 48 minutes just on the first region, part of the region on its own. There's our Aetheryte gate. So we need to now just drop down in this direction. So that's that could be here, or it could be there. Given the fact that that Aetheryte isn't on that camp, my best guess would be... Ooh. We don't get to it from here. No, we don't. We get to that from the other location. Well, we'll have a check. We'll have a check. Right, so here we are. There's no cave going up. So yeah, this is not the location. Basically coming back up toward the beginning, so we've kind of done a circle of this location. So with that in mind, I think it would be a good idea to port back to Camp Dragonhead.